My name is Sanjeev Kapoor, and I manage the BPO and what we call the ITOPS business for iGate Patni. ITOPS is nothing but integrated tech and ops, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it in my presentation today. The primary focus of this presentation is how the BPO industry is actually transforming, and I'm sure many speakers before me have touched upon this in various ways. You know, how the business is globalizing, how it's getting more vertical and domain intensive, and how the pricing models are changing. The gentleman here was just referring to it, and I'm going to talk a little bit in detail about what we are seeing in the marketplace and what we are executing in the marketplace from a pricing model and a business model perspective. This next slide is just you know, data. I mean, you would have heard enough about it, and you're going to hear a whole lot more about it. Industry is growing 14 to 15%, and I'm not going to spend much time on this slide. You're going to, and many of you would be attending NASSCOM, and you'll hear whole deal about it. Just a couple of observations here. You know, BFSI, as you know, continues to be the largest vertical, but there's a very interesting new verticals that are emerging in the healthcare analytics space, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it. You know, obviously the market share and everything for India continues to be very significant. However, there is a key trend that is actually driving the business to be a more globalized business. What's really happening is, why is the business globalizing, right? I mean, the traditional model, if you look at any BPO company and the way we started, maybe even 2 years ago or 3 years ago, you know, 90, 95, 97% of our business was delivered from offshore. It was primarily a lift and shift kind of business. You took a business process, looked at it, documented it, lifted it offshore, got in some bit of optimization, did a few Six Sigmas and other quality projects, made it more efficient, and you know, delivered lower cost. What we are beginning to see in the marketplace, and what is beginning to happen in a very significant way, is customers today are demanding that you manage the process end to end. See, the business is shifting from a sub-process outsource model to a full process outsource model. The customers want you to have the domain capability, the consulting capability, the delivery capability to deliver an end-to-end product. Now, when you deliver end-to-end, you know, it's not possible to do that from a purely India-centric model. Reasons are there are several compliance-driven processes. For example, underwriting in the US necessarily needs to be done in the US. Mail rooms necessarily need to be run out of the US. Multilingual capability in foreign languages, though can be done in India in a limited way, largely needs to be done out of client geographies. Government and public sector is beginning to open up in actually both US and UK. They would like to deliver from their local geographies. And large transformational deals are beginning to happen. What we are beginning to see in the marketplace is customers today are very open to really, you know, opening up their, you know, kind of shop to you in a sense. You know, with the, you know, they are ready to, you know, give up their captive centers, their applications, their infrastructure, their IT support teams, and primarily, you know, give companies that are capable of delivering such a service the entire box. And you know, they ask us to kind of, or ask companies like us to actually look at all of this and kind of, you know, give them a model where you would variabilize their cost structure, which would include the cost of IT, BPO, you know, customer service, hosting, infrastructure management services, all rolled into one. And I'll give you some very interesting models as to how that has actually translated into you know, business deals in the marketplace. And I'll give you a few good examples there.